Okay, we're live on YouTube. Let me take that off. I took it off because only one screen I have. Anybody can confirm that the sound on YouTube is okay? Well, the microphone I'm using is not the regular microphone I use. So if there is any noise, I still hope that it's pretty okay. You can understand what I'm saying. It's good now, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. Can everybody don't type anything anymore, because that would be okay. And unless it's very, very urgent, then you type something and I would open the chat to check what it is. Which means if I see a chat and I open it, there is. Okay, somebody said no song for you. That's probably on your side because everybody else can hear, right? So you will have to log on and log off and log on back. Those who are not getting sung, you will have to log off and log on back. It's okay. No song in YouTube. Can anybody else confirm whether we have sung on YouTube? Yes or no? There is sung. So if you're not getting sung, it's your side. So I hope everything goes well because I'm only using one screen. I'm on a laptop. I'm in New York. And the internet I'm using is not the best connection as well. It's not the connection I normally have home. So I'll try my best with what we have, right? Some patience on your side. So I'll ask everybody not to chat anymore. If I see the chat pops up, I will know it's something urgent, which means there's no song, there's something happened. Let's go. Good morning, traders. It's 8 a.m. in New York. I'm glad to see all of you here. I'm in New York for vacation, and I hope you guys are enjoying yourself wherever you are. You're having a good weekend. So let's start. I'll try to go through the list very fast, and then we will take questions, because to take questions, I'll have to open the chat, and that means I will not see part of my screen, right? So I'll ask you not to make any chat right now, please, right? So don't make anything, because then if I open the chat, part of the screen closes. I'm only using one screen. At home, I have 8 screens. So let's go. Dollar index. I'm going to go pretty fast. Dollar index. We're still expecting more correction. Remember last week we started this. I said watch for this correction. You can see that there's one more possible impulse to the downside, at least one more. And then we will know whether we're going to turn to the upside or we're going to continue to the downside. So for this week, I think we can expect more downside in it. Hopefully it goes this week down, because there is also that chance that they can come here and consolidate like this before they go, right? But after the consolidation, we're expecting this impulse. So every chance you get from the top to sell would be a good idea. Which means euro also in consolidation, but for the upside. So euro last week went up. We expected this. I think they will make one more up. And then we can see whether we're going to turn to the downside or it will be a continuation to the upside. So euro, you can look for buy setups. Short-term buy setups to the upside and take profit, because after that we'll be expecting down. Pound is the only one that is not very aggressively going up, right? It's going up, it's consolidating like everything else, but it's not doing that as aggressive as euro. You see it's coming. So I think Pound is going to make one more down here. Short-term, we might get another spike up here before they go. So if you're not a very experienced trader, you may want to ignore all of this and wait for it to make a new high and break through, or for it to break through the trend line before you look for a setup. And that means not when it breaks, but you look for your setup to trade based on the strategy you're using, right? Indications is they're going to consolidate some more and then they're going to go. Now, you can trade, if you're experienced enough, you can trade within those consolidations. Remember last week I told you, when we see this, we know they're going to break out, right? So they broke out, they're consolidating. And that means at some point they're going to continue the down move. Now, how long would this consolidation take? That's a good question. That's something you would not know. Right now, we do have a complete pattern, which means it could go. It could actually break out right now. But one complete pattern is not always the end of the consolidation. Consolidations sometimes are more complex than that. I think I've mentioned this quite a lot, and I've showed you in one of my videos how complex they can become, right? But they're tradable. As you notice, I have a little line there, right? That's a good trade if you're an experienced trader. I'm not sure all traders should try to do that if you're not experienced, because you have to manage trades like those, right? It's a small flag. You can take a trade. You can go down. There was a small flag here. You probably would have got a small trade here, maybe a break-even trade because it didn't go very much, but a trade you could take. This is something, if they consolidate here some more, you can look for this trade, right? You will have to manage a trade because at some point within this piece here, at some point it's going to go back up, which means if you don't have the experience to manage trades like those, you don't take them. But if you do, they're good trading. Aussie. I'm going to put Aussie in the 4-hour because you need to see the bigger consolidation. Aussie is making a bigger consolidation, as you can see here, right? We're making a much bigger consolidation, and it's going to probably go up some more here. But I think we can look for the downside. Now, there is a chance that Aussie could break out of that structure, of this bigger structure, right? There is a chance that Aussie could break out and make a deeper correction. So if you're going to look for a trade to the upside, Aussie might be a good option. Right? If you're looking for a trade to the upside this week, Aussie might be a good option to go up. Pound will be the worst option to buy because it's not going to go as aggressive as the rest of them. So far, we can see Euro is going up aggressively. Aussie looks like it could move. There's a lot of trade setups within this consolidation. If you, like I said, if you know to trade them, it's not a problem. You had one trade here, you had another trade there, but you have to know there's another one forming here that could come up to this level. And then you would probably see the downside. If they break out, well, good for you. If you're in the buy and breakout, you got a good trade. To the upside, New Zealand would be a good option also. I spoke about that last week. I think New Zealand will go up much more. And it did move pretty fast, right? I said if you want to get a buy, you want to get a buy in New Zealand because it's going to go up more than the rest. I still think New Zealand is going to go up more. That is based on the daily. I still think New Zealand will make an attempt to get to about this level here, right? Before they go down. Now, I'm expecting them to break the top. They don't always break the top. And this might be one of the cases where they don't break the top and they go down. But every buy setup you get in New Zealand, you should take. Right? If you get a buy setup on a 1 hour or so, it's a good trade. You're actually getting a setup here. You're getting a 1 hour flag there. So that might be a good spike to the upside. New Zealand moves a lot when it moves because it's going to move much more than the rest of them. Right? New Zealand will move much more. Yen also consolidating. I don't think it's ready for the upside. You can see that we're consolidating. We made a move there, pull back, got a move there. You're probably going to pull back here again. Yen broke this structure, the up structure, but I don't think they're changing direction. Let me show you that structure. We spoke about that some 2 weeks back. There is one slight possibility that this move here, this and this could be a flat for one more down. There's a slight possibility, not necessary. We're not convinced of that as yet. But if this move here consolidates and drop, we will go for the low. Right? If we see this turned out to be not an up move, this needs to spike above the top. If they consolidate in here, instead of going up, you can still take the buy setups. If you get a buy setup here, you take that one. And if they don't break the top and they turn, you get out of the trade. And once they break out of this structure, we're going to be trading it down to retest the low. Right? That would be a bigger corrective structure, one of those complex ones. But the bigger up move is still there. So let me explain this because I think a lot of new traders get confused when I do that. And a few people have made comments about that in the thing. You know, one guy said, again, he's with his up and down thing. And it made me smile because exactly that's what we do, right? Because when you're talking about waves, they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down. And I can sense his confusion, right? As the new trader, man, this guy's always up and down. But just think about it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's what I'm telling you. Down, up. So even if they come down here, it's going to go up. That up move does not change. It will not change. This is your first impulse. That's your up. This is your down, and that is your up. We're in a down consolidation. And after every consolidation, you are going to have an impulse. So for my friend who's a little confused about this guy saying down, up, that's the whole theory, right? I can sense your confusion when you don't know the theory and you don't understand it. But it's something for you to learn, right? That's what we do. That's what we, the whole theory is based on the fact that the chart moves like that. So when I said expect it to go up a little and then turn to the downside, you have to understand what stage you are in this whole up and down system, right? Because if you followed me and you go back and you look at the webinar, we forecast that up, we forecast it down, we forecast the up, we traded it down too, we traded that up. We thought we were going to consolidate here and continue up. It dropped lower. We said when it break the low, we started buying, we bought it. I'm still in some buys, which I took from the bottom here. I closed some and I'm still in some. If this does not break the top, if it doesn't break that top, I would probably close all my buys. And if I notice they're breaking the low, I will be going for the sells and then I'll buy again. So I hope my good friend who's confused about up and down learned something today, right? Just think it's not as simple as I show you, right? When I showed you it, it looks very simple. But I can feel your confusion when you're trying to do it on your own, because only this morning I got a message from one of our trainers who showed me a message he got from one of the people he was training. I do the classes, and my trainers help me do training individually with traders in small groups. And one person who joined the group was really struggling for a couple of years to trade before he joined. He never thought he would ever made it. And he was struggling even when he joined. We knew he would need some extra help, and the guy spent a lot of extra time with him. And then he got the message that in April, after he took the course, was the first month he ever made money. So he thought, okay, that's accidental. And then in May, he made more. So for the first time in his trading career, he's actually making money because he understands what he's doing. He literally understands what the chart is going to do, all the ups and downs, where you need to buy, where you need to sell, the ups and downs, how you need to see the chart. And I think that's one of the things that amazes most people who join, that they can actually tell, they can forecast where the moves are going to go and get it very correct, because that's what it does. Most of my traders sold that, they got out and they bought this one. See? So you can do it. You just need to learn it. You need to understand where, when, how to look for these setups. Likely you're going to get some more downside here. Not something I would advise to sell, especially if you're not experienced in this, because it could stop anywhere in here and turn to the upside. And this turn to the upside could be very, very fast or very slow, and then you look for sell setups. Which one it will be? Well, I cannot tell you that now. That's if I had a crystal ball, I can tell you. But if you're looking at wave analysis, what I can tell you, it depending on how this piece goes, I would decide whether I'm going down or whether it's going to go up, because both options are open right now. We cannot confirm that this is a correction now, because we're in an up move and we already have a correction here, or part of a correction there. See? So this is, and I think this is the basic difference between what we do and what Elliott waivers do. They try to say you have an ABC and it has to do this. And we're like, no, it doesn't have to do that. It doesn't have to make an ABC and then it's going to, it doesn't do that. Most of the time it doesn't do that. And they get it wrong. We look at the waves in the structure and we said, okay, based on this pattern, this wave structure, this is how we expect. Sometimes we're not cleared about it. So we said, okay, wait for more information on this wave structure, and then you have a confirmed thing. While you're waiting for that information, you can actually trade it. And that's the huge difference of how you can make money, because you understand the limits of what you're looking at. So just in case you're going to make a comment again about up and down, watch this piece 2 or 3 times, right? Make sure you watch this piece of the recording a couple times. This is what we were expecting. And then we would expect it to go back up, because I don't think it's going to break out right then, right? CAD, let me explain this again, because the same thing I explained. It does not matter how much this one goes up and down here. We anticipate this one to break down. It went up. And I told my traders, look for sell setups. They got that move. It's going up again. If it comes here, look for sell setups. This, even if it breaks that top, will have to come back here. That's a must. That's not an if. It will come back there. The difference is When will it come back there? What would this structure look like before they come back here? And when they come here, I think we will get one more up. I'm almost confident we'll get one more up because we're looking at the daily structure. And just in case you're not sure about it, and a lot of people don't have confidence in this because they really don't know how it works, right? Remember, if you were following me when we were looking at this, what did we say it has to do? It has to make one downside no matter how long it takes doing this. It makes no difference how long it's going to spend in there. When it finishes with that, you are going to get one of this. What are we doing here? We're going to get one of that. What confuses people is when it starts to do this, is when this should finish. That is what confuses a lot of people. So right now, I think this should come back here. And there's a very strong probability it might go back up. Not necessary, but it might go back up before it comes down. We will keep an eye on it. You need to sell. And when it eventually comes here, you will have enough profit to make a decision, whether you're going to keep it or whether you're going to get out and wait for the confirmation that it's going to break out and continue to go. So go back to the 1 hour and show you that. I think very likely, let me take this off. I think very likely they will make an attempt to break the top. They'll make an attempt here to go break the top and then come down. So if you get a setup like this again from the top there, somewhere here you get a flag, look for a sell setup. Right? I think that's those who understand what I'm showing you, and I think that's very simple, right? That's not very complicated, especially if you've been trading for a while. Even if you're not my student, that part is pretty simple. Swiss, same here. This is consolidating, and eventually it's going to go up. But don't trade this consolidation. This is, even my traders, I told to stay out of this because it's a bit messy. Rarely, very rarely, you see these types of move patterns go up like that, break out slightly here, and then turn to the downside. How do we know if this is going to be one of those structures like that? We wait to see how it goes up here. Let me use a different color. Green. We watch at this piece. And depending on how that piece structure itself, we know whether it's going to be consolidation for downside or it's going to continue to go up. So you will have to wait for that piece to happen before you can make that decision. So far, it's not the best thing to trade. Right? It doesn't give you very much. It gives you very little, and then you end up with break-even trades. 1 second, guys. I have a cold, so you'll have to give me 1 second. I'll mute, and I'll be right back. Yeah, I went out in the rain in New York and got a cold, so you'll have to forgive me for stopping every now and then. Let's go. Silver also in a sideways move. Last week I told you probably stay out of it because they're repeating what they did here. You saw that? If you're experienced, you can actually trade it. It'll come down here. They'll probably go back up, come back, and then they'll make a sharp spike up. So let me put it in the daily. You'll see. You'll eventually get a sharp spike up here. Sorry. Yeah, working with one small screen is not that easy. You'll probably do something like this. You'll get a sharp spike up there. There will be an attempt down here again, and maybe then up. Right? Because if this structure is doing what we think it's doing, it will structure itself like this and then do this piece. See that? Then you will get that piece up there. From this point, I think we will get something like this. And then we should get that up move, which means we need to complete this structure here. Right? I think that's pretty easy, right? So let's see. If it is making the structures we are forecasting it's making now, that is how it's going to behave. If at any point we see a change in that structure, then we would relook to see what patterns we didn't see before in it. And based on the pattern that it's making, then we'll trade. Right now, you don't need to trade it. There isn't anything to trade in there. Wait for the setups, wait for it to complete what it's doing here, and then you take the trade. The trade will be the first trade, and that should be to the upside. And it should be after they've broken this low. When they break that low, come to this level. I would allow this to come here and then look for that up move. Then look for that up move and try to buy from below this low here. Try to buy it somewhere in here to the upside when you get a confirmation that it's making a correction or a flag for the upside. Gold, stay out of gold too. Very similar structure. It's kind of this breakthrough here is not confirmation that it's going to go down, because this is not an impulse. I think by now all of you figure out that that's not an impulse, which means this will have to go up and then come down. This entire structure here as it stands is corrective. So, but you can get one more up here and then get that downside, right? Because if you look at the bigger picture, you will see that we have an impulsive move here. We have a very impulsive move here. And we are kind of climbing up. Could go up there and then come back here before they go. So while it's in this piece here, you really don't have any trade. It's better to stay out of it and wait for it to break out. They made an attempt to break here. They didn't break, which means they're consolidating. You got this. And if they break this structure, buy that. Right? If they break to the upside, if it keeps going down here slowly, I'm not sure you want to take that trade. But the buy to the upside would be a very sharp move. So go upside if you get it. If it's not going, then just ignore it. Euro Aus coming down, I think you have more downside. We spoke about it when it started coming down from there. Watch it. If they break this structure, they're going to go. They broke the structure, they consolidate. You're getting a nice consolidation here. And if they break out here, make a flag sell. I think it's going to go big time downside. Right? We might even see them retest this low. Can't confirm that as yet, but very possible. They can retest that low. Right? So let's see how this goes. Right now, you have a sell setup for this week. Euro New Zealand, I think also you're looking for a sell. Last week I said don't sell it here, wait for it to consolidate. Well, they consolidated. And now you're getting a sell setup. This first sell setup might not go. You're getting one here now. You're getting a sell setup right here. This first one might not go. So when they come back to this low, move your stops into profit, because this could still go back up and then eventually fall. This would just be a big correction and then they'll fall, right? But this will go down. Very likely, right? Because that structure tends to go down. They're just consolidating after they broke out in the 4 hour. You can see that. We've got this 4 hour structure. Let me put it in daily. Very similar to what CAD is doing right now. Keep making higher highs. Remember, we thought this one was going to go. And then it went up back. And then we said, okay, this is going to go. Wait for the consolidation here, which is what you're getting. And this might go. Or they can consolidate here some more and then go. Right? Eventually, they're going to break this low. They're going to go lower than that. And then we will see whether this is going to be one more up, which means you're going to get 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to look for upside. Right? But right now, you're trading towards the downside. On the short term, that's your trade. Downside. Euro yen, it's going up and it will go up some more. It's consolidating to the upside. I don't think that's an impulse. They're just consolidating. I don't see that as a turning point as yet until we get a correction, right? So this one went up. It came down. Nothing new. We expected it to come down. It didn't come down the way I expected it. It came down more. I thought it would be a very sharp move to the downside. It came down very slow. So unless we get a correction in here, then we start buying for the next impulse. Until then, this could just come back here and go down back one more. Right? So do we have a trade set up on it? 4 hour? No, you don't. 1 hour? You don't. Or not even on the 1 hour do you have a trade set up. I would like to see this break out and make more consolidation here before we get into that buy. Right? As for the sell, that will probably take you much longer time. This is too sharp to sell into, because if they make any sell, they will probably do this, go back up there, then come down. Right? Remember that bigger 3-wave pattern there? So we're going to get a sell here much later, but you can get the buy. If they make this, you can buy it. The buy is a good idea after a consolidation. The sell is not a good idea. EuroCAD, we broke out of this, didn't go very far because we're in consolidation, right? We're in consolidation after we broke this piece. So this here is consolidation. Very similar consolidation in another euro pair. Wait for a flag here and then look for a sell at this level. Hope that they break through, right? Because from there they can go back up and then come down. So if you're selling it, make sure you wait when it gets to this low. You're very careful whether they're going to break through. I think you got a sell set up right now there. Let me see if it's clear. Not so clear. Probably give it some more time. Give this a couple, go back up there and then come down. You'll get something like this. Or use an entry order somewhere here. Right? Because if it falls through, it's going to fall through this low. They're going to come straight through the low. Right? If they fall, they're going to fall very hard. So you can use an entry order, wait for it to consolidate, and then sell it. Euro Chief, same thing. We're in consolidation. I don't think it's ready to go down. You've got a sharp move here. You've got a move down, a move up. You're going to get a move down here. You're probably going to get another move up there and then down. Right? We're looking for this consolidation here. One more up and then down, which means those triangular ones I show you will probably give you one more up. This one here will probably come here and go one more up, right? The Euro Yen will come here and go one more up. Will come here and likely go one more up. So if you're selling them short term, you got to be careful. Those that have short term sell setup, Euro Yen does not have it. The Euro CAD has, I think the Euro New Zealand has short term sell setup. Yes, this one has. Euro Oz has short term sell setup. If this makes a flag here, be careful. Don't sell until you get a flag because it could go back up, right? They're all showing you possible. Excuse me. Sorry for that. I have a cold, so you'll have to bear with me in that. So they all show you that they're still in that consolidation. Let's go. Euro Pound. Daily. I want to show you this on the daily. This broke out, but it really didn't give you a trade setup, and it came down back. So you will have to just put it like that and wait. Because they didn't make a flag there, so they just came right back down. They're still going to go back up. I still think this whole piece is going to eventually go back up one more before they come down. So on the 4-hour, probably don't trade it. Just wait until, they just broke out and came right back down. So we'll just have to wait until, you don't have a sell set up here either. Right? You'll have to wait until they finish, break the low and start up again. That would be a good buy actually. Pangos, this was a good buy, but it's short term. Most of my traders got that, even while I'm on holiday. Some of them you got that. They're coming down. They'll come back to the low here again, but it is in consolidation. You can sell. That buy was short term, but you can sell because we're in a downtrend, and that means this thing could go, right? It is going to come down very much. So if you get a sell set up here, you will sell it. They will drop through the bottom of this and go. Let me put that in the 4 hours so you can see it, right? So if you get a sell set up here, you get a sell set up somewhere here, you take the sell. When it comes here, you put it in profit. I don't think they should go up more. I think we may have completed that pattern. They may just drop through the bottom, right? But in rare cases, if they're going to go back, you'll get out of the trade somewhere here. You look for a buy set up to the upside, and then you sell again from the top, right? Very often, these just drop off the bottom. So you're waiting for a 1 hour sell setup here. You had one here. You can see this. Right. This didn't have any. You got one here. So if they consolidate here some more, you can take this sell, right? And when they break this low, you move that into profit. You probably move your stops to here and see whether they're going to go back up or they're going to fall through the bottom. If they're going to go back up, you'll get a buy setup. Don't worry. They're not going up very aggressive. If they go back up like this one, you notice this wasn't the best buy setup. That would be a break-even trade, but this turned out to be a good one. So they come here. If they decide to go back up, they'll do something like this. You can take that trade. If you're lucky, you get this. If you're unlucky, you get a break-even trade. Right? But you will very hardly lose those trades. You will get enough to get a break-even trade out of it. Pound Chief, downside. We remember last week we told you they're going to break this structure and go up and then come down. Well, they broke. They could consolidate there for a while, go back up and then come. But eventually they're going down. So if you see this piece, take the buy. If they consolidate, they're take the buy. If they break through here, any flag they make would be the sell. So if they go for one more up, take that buy and then look for the sell from there. Right? It's just a consolidation. We broke the structure, so they're going to consolidate. Let me show you the daily structure. We broke that daily structure. It's coming down very nice. If you're following me in all the punk trades, remember we told you all of these trades are going to go down. Right? We told you that the last, I've been selling this for a while. I sold this. I think all of you remember we sold this. I sold this. I sold this one. I sold this one, and I sold that one. Right? So every time they go to the top, this could consolidate here a while more, but then you will get this trade. And from here, we'll decide. I don't think we'll get a repeat of this. We broke that structure already. There's no repeat of that coming. I don't think it's reversing as well. I don't see the possibility for a reversal here, not on a pattern that we know. So most likely, they're just going to make a bigger consolidation here and then turn. Right? That's all we're looking for. You can actually put this one like this if you're looking at the higher time frame, because this is what you have. If you guys can keep all your questions for afterwards, then I'll do it. Because if I open the chat right now, I will not see part of my screen will close. So please keep your comments and questions for afterwards. I'll leave time for that. All right, let's go. All punk trades are downside right now. They're just consolidating. Pound New Zealand, same here. I think I spend a lot of time explaining why this will always break to the downside. Remember when it started to do this, I remember one guy wrote me in Skype. He said, you should listen to fundamentals. You said it's going to go down, but it's going up. And I was like, okay, it's going to go down. That's all I told him. I didn't even bother to worry with him. I just said, okay, it's going to go down. Well, it's going down. He probably still hasn't learned anything about trading as yet. Fundamental will make you lose your account. Right? I don't care that it made a little spike up. It's going down. That's very simple. You got this, you got that. We are going to go down. I never changed that. Although this happened, I did not change this. I said, take snapshots and keep it, because you will learn something when you do that. I hope he took a snapshot and kept it, so he learned something. He actually sent me the message on Skype, so he knows I'm talking. He knows I'm talking to him, right? You should have taken a snapshot of what I did and kept it, because you need to take my course. I never sell my course to anybody, but I'm selling it to you. You need to take the course, my friend, if you want to learn to trade, right? That particular person needs to come and take my course, because he's way out of his line of becoming a trader. He will never succeed with the nonsense he's doing. And a few more trolls will come and criticize me for saying that. So you got this. This is consolidation. If you've learned anything watching me for the last couple of years, that's consolidation. And after consolidation, you're going to get an impulse. After they made this, I think that is a big consolidation. We might go back up. Not necessarily, but might, because they didn't break the top. If they broke the top, we'll definitely go back up. They didn't break the top, we could continue to go down. So you're consolidating again. I think this is consolidation. You've got a sharp move. Wait for them to do something like this. Go back up and then look for your sell. If you don't have experience in trading that, wait for all of this to finish and then look for the sell. Because this could be complicated. It's a lower degree of what they did at the top here. What you will get at the bottom there is a smaller version of what you had at the top here, right? One of an option of a number of different patterns they can make, right? So if you understand that, you will know how to trade it. If you don't, then you probably wait. Stay out of it and wait. On the 1 hour, they're consolidating here. I think you'll probably get some pullback in here. You may get one more up and then downside, right? Don't try to sell it there right now, unless you have the experience. If they were going to make a running flat, then you're going to break the low. The reason some of my traders, we have started selling this here, is because of the running flats option. And then they go, right? So you end up with a running flat and the sell turns out to be wonderful. So unless you have the experience to do that, I don't advise new traders to do that, because you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble and you will want to blame me for it, right? If you don't understand what this B wave could look like, just in short, I'll give you it. One of the options, it could do that. It could do this. It could do this. And there's so many more options. So I'm just giving you a number of options of how that could. Now, if you understand all those options and you're pretty good at, you have experience in trading and you know wave analysis, you could trade all of them. You could literally trade most of them. You may take one or two small losses, but when you get it right, you're going to make big wins. If you're trading only the impulses, well, you're going to make much more wins than losses. Well, the people, I think I've mentioned to you that a lot of people have triple their, well, at least some traders have triple their account. A lot of them have double their accounts. I mean, amazingly amount of double their accounts from the start of the year to now. It's because they're doing exactly that. They trade the impulses as well as the corrections because of their experience. It's not impossible to do, right? It's not like it's impossible. Even new traders are seeing that. Peng Yen, it's probably going to come down here, go back one more up, and then you would look for the sell. If you have the experience to look for that buy, that would be a good buy. You will get something like this, you'll get something like that, and then you're going to get the downside. Just to remind you, remember this one here? When you see something like that, we told you they were always going to break out. Well, they did break out. CAD. This one will break out too, right? You see, when you see something like this, they're making an attempt to break out. So they may pull back a little breakout, but then they're going to go down. I'm not sure you want to trade this breakout, right? They have a very small breakout. I don't think that's all. They may still go a little more. This could still come back here and go a little more. So be careful if you're selling. If you're selling, let them make an impulse correction and then sell. Sell to the low, take profit and wait to see if it's breaking out. Right? This one is a little difficult to trade. I wouldn't advise new traders to trade. You've seen these patterns, but they're difficult to trade. Right? Eventually, they're going to make a deeper correction and then go down. Aussie Swiss, stay out of this. I'm not even going to go into that. It's probably going to go up, but stay out of it because you can see what it's doing there, right? It's in consolidation. Aussie CAD, we wanted a deeper consolidation and we got it. I think I showed all of you this when it was coming down, right? That we would like this to make a deeper pullback, right? It's now making the deeper pullback. I hope they go some more, and then we would look for this sell, right? That would be a very good sell. So probably allow it to give us confirmation that it's turning, and then we will take that sell. I don't think it's going to happen this week, but I think we're going to get more upside. And if you want to buy it and you have the experience to, you can try to. Right? You see that sharp move? They'll probably come back here, and then they're going to go. If you want to take the chance on that, that's okay. But like I said, eventually they're going down, and the bigger move is to the downside. Aussie, New Zealand, it's in a B wave consolidation, but it's actually finally making sense on the daily for us. Because on the daily, we are in that big sideways move. 1, 2, 3. We got that big consolidation there, and we got 1. I think we're in the wave of making 2. Make 3, and then that big move starts. So if you're really waiting to catch a big move like that, and this is going to be really big, right? Remember CAD? It consolidated for 3 years and then it took off like a rocket. When this is ready to take off, we will buy it from the bottom here. Let me just put a line from where all of us should be looking for the buy from here. As soon as we break that low, we will start to look for buy. That's not going to happen now, right? That'll take probably 6 months or more from now. You can try to trade this if you have the experience to do it. I'm ignoring it for now because every time you get in a trade, there's a 4-hour spike that takes you out for break even or for a small loss, and then it goes exactly where you want to go because the patterns they're making here they're patterns, but they're very complicated, a lot of expansion and all of that. They don't really go. This one would have been a good trade. A few of them will turn out to be good, right? I don't think this is going up. I think it's consolidating. They'll break lower and then they'll go back up. If you get a good flag here, right? If they consolidated like this, if they do that for a while here, sell it. That'll take you about 2 or 3 days. Consolidation, then you can sell. It might make a sharp move to the downside. Aussie yen, we're expecting this to go up. It did make a small consolidation here, and they were actually going up already, right? Once they made that, as I wait for a little consolidation there, in the 1 hour, you had a very good consolidation, and they're going up. They're not going up as aggressive as I would expect, but they're going, right? Where we expect this to go? Well, not very far, at least back to the top, right? You're in a big sideways move. You can see that. You're in a big sideways move, so you're expecting it to go back to the top only. Come on. Yep. We're expecting it to go back, break this top. At least that level. So if you get another 1 hour flag, you can buy your way to the top there. Right? It's like this one. They made that consolidation. You might get another consolidation here, and then you may get another one to the upside. Come on. What's wrong here? Yes, New Zealand Swiss. You can go for this buy. I think this would be a good buy. You've got a sharp move. You're getting a lot of consolidation here. You can look for that trade. Wait for them to break out. And if they break out, this would be a good trade. They'll probably go pretty sharp. New Zealand yen. Stay out of this. This will come back down, but it's not a sell. It's going to go up. This kind of pattern will drop before they go back. Right? So you don't want to you would have to wait for this to break through, come down, and then look for the upside. So don't try to trade that as yet. New Zealand CAD. Let's see if we have anything here. Not much. If they do break this structure and make a consolidation here, look for a sell. But I don't think so. I think they're up. They're going up, so they'll probably just do this. You will not get a consolidation to the downside. You'll get a bigger correction for more upside. So probably stay out of that one too. Most of them within New Zealand, they're looking like you have to stay out of them. CAD yen upside. Look for the upside here. It's consolidating. This was like a deep pullback, a three-wave pullback. So you probably wait for them to break the top, and then you're expecting this to go up more. Put that in the daily. Let's see. Yes, I think they're going to even go retest that top, because this we could look at this as probably a big expanding flat, and this should go more. So if you get the buy setup, take it. You are getting a 1 hour buy setup here. This might come a little more down and then go. So if you get this pattern here, you look for the buy setup in there, right? Just wait for that to happen. It's not ready for a buy, is it? Probably even wait for it to make a 1 hour flag before you buy it. Swiss yen, if you're going to buy this, you have to have some patience. It's going to go. It's going up very slowly, very slowly. This is one. This one can come here and then go up. That would be a good trade. It's going to stop here and consolidate, and then it will go again, and then it will consolidate and go again. You just have to have a lot of patience, because it will go up, but there will be a lot of consolidations. That's how it moves. They'll probably break this top, and I think they're going to go much higher. Excuse me. Let's go. Stay out of this. Copper. Stay out of that. They're in consolidation. They're not going anywhere, and they wouldn't give you good trades. Stay out of them. Oil dropped as we expected. So another one, let me show you. We insisted this has to come down. It doesn't matter if it goes up a little more. It has to come down. That's very, that's how it works. So we are finally getting this one. See that? It's a running flat. They can go a little more. We don't know how far they can go. It can become an expanding flat. And then we would look for the upside, right? The reason I draw it from here is because we are expecting them to break this structure, at least break this structure. The question is, how far would this go? Would it be an expanding flat? Is it going to be a running flat? Well, that's a question that's something you wouldn't know. But eventually after that, you're going to get another move to the upside, because it's a correction, right? So let's go back to the 4 hour. You're getting another sell. Actually, I told my traders, if you're lucky, you sold it from there, not from this breakout, but from this flag here. There was a flag there. You sold it from there, and you're still in that trade, which means it's going to go somewhere. Now, you have to be careful of the sells, because as soon as they break this structure, at any point, they can start to turn. So if you're already in the trade, you move your stops in the positive, and if they go up, you look for the buy setup when you get the buy setup. How deep they're going to come, we don't know. This thing could come all the way to the trend line here and then go back up. If it's making one of those expanding flats, you're going to get that. So you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. You have 1, you have 2, you're getting 3. Would it stop there, here, and then go? Who knows? It could come all the way to this level. So if you're in this sell, just follow the sell and move your stops. If you get another flag, you can sell again. When it goes, put it into the break even, and then watch it go. And then you start moving your stop if it continues to go. I think there will be one more up here, and then we're going to get some more downside. This structure might eventually become, because if we're going to see this come here, make divergence, then we're going to get downside. So 4 hour, look for more downside. 1 hour, it's going good, right? So you got to start moving your stops, because as you can see, this could turn to the upside anytime. Not this small one, I mean in the bigger time frame. UK oil, same thing. That was a sell setup. The UK oil had the best sell setup in it. Same structure. This is giving you 1. We think we can come back here, and probably even lower on the daily, right? It can come back here and probably lower, and you're going to have this pattern. Either a running flat or an expanding flat, and then you go up. One out of the two. We don't know which one it's going to be, right? Natural gas, it's just, it's in this big sideways here. I don't think this is upside. I think this is just going to do this like this, and then it's going to drop. If we get this pattern here, we're definitely looking for a buy, right? So if they come to this level and drop, you can take the sell and then look for the buy setup. So you can see they're going up slowly. I don't think that is the upside. I think they're going to eventually fall. They may just pushed up a little more, and then they're going to drop, right? And then we're going to look for the upside. So for now, you're looking for a sell. This is the 1 hour. Wait for a sell setup. Probably pull this one here. Let me pull this one. Let this go up. Don't try to buy it. You don't have a buy setup. Not at the top there. From the bottom here, you had a buy setup. Leave it at the top. Let it come back here. If they go up some more, you look for a buy setup. Let it come again. You look for another buy setup, and then they're going to break to the downside. Put it in the daily so you can see that again, right? Think you can see it, right? So you can take these buy, not, you don't buy at the top. They wait for them to come back here, and then you buy again, and you wait for them to come back here, you buy again, and every time you're at the top, you can sell. When you get a sell set up to sell, right? Because eventually it's going to go down. S&P 500, you're getting one more up. This came down, go. This came down. It didn't come very far. Last week we noticed it's consolidating. So you're going to get one more up, and then they're going to come down. They have to come down, right? So even if they go make one more up, you're going to come down. So short-term upside, very short-term upside, and then you'll be looking for downside, right? I am not expecting them to break the top, but if they break the top, we'll get a running or expanding flat. So let's see if they break the top, right? Short-term, wait for them to break out, wait for a flag, and then you buy. Let's see what else we can do. Let's do some Bitcoin, some cryptocurrencies for those who trade them. Bitcoin, it's going up slowly. I thought it would go lower, but that's okay. They're turning to the upside. The big move is upside. This is a short term if they go, but it looks like they're going already, right? So this might not happen. That might be the turning point. Watch it. You're getting that buy, and there's a very good chance they're going to get back to that top. You have a sharp move here. You have 1, 2, 3. I thought they'll retest this low. So still be careful. They can drop here, retest the low, and then go back up, right? The short side, the sell is not the best idea, because the sell would not be very strong to the downside, right? This could still drop one more. So if you're in any buys, all you have to do is move your stops, right? You don't take profit because there's a very big move to the upside. And it's in consolidation. I'm not saying Bitcoin is going to get very strong. That whole move is consolidation. XRP was a good one. It broke out. You can buy this. This one had the possibility of coming down some more too. So this one had, so it could still come down some more. If you're in the buy here, also move your stop, because when it comes here, they can come back to this level and then go, right? But this one will break out. You got that move, you get this. You're going to get one more there. How high this go, we don't know, but they're going to come back, right? This is all consolidation. You got a sharp move down, you consolidate in this range, and then you drop. They're probably going to go up a lot. They're going to go up quite a lot before they come down. So if you can take buy opportunities every time you get at the bottom here, right? So this is a buy opportunity. You take that when it comes here, wait to see if they break out, move your stop to positive and leave it. If they don't break out and come back low, you get out of a break even, and then you buy again from the low. You can buy them and keep them. So I think that's about it. That's all we'll do, because I'm using a small screen. It's not very comfortable. I have not such a good microphone here. Everything is not comfortable. I still need to take some questions. So what I'm going to do now, the YouTube people, I'll leave you on for questions, but I wouldn't see your questions. I missed the Nifty. Let me look at it. Nifty, for those of you, a lot of traders do trade that. Let me look at it. I think Nifty, yep. Nifty, you may get a sell setup. Watch this. It might break. And if it breaks, you may want to take the sell, because it could come back all the way to the low. Below that low, put it that way. So look for that sell setup. Put it in a 1 hour, you can see that, right? 1 hour, see this, you got a sharp move there, consolidating. I don't think this one will go. Be careful. This one could probably do this and go back up. You see this possible for a flat there. Go back up, break the top, then come down. So be careful there, right? Wait for a flag when they break the structure before you could get in the trade. Okay, let's see. Any questions? I can take some questions and then go. DAX, please. Okay, I'll look at that. Thank you. Okay. China composite. Guys, we can't do too many charts, because then everybody is going to ask for a different chart. You see, some people want DAX, some people want China composite, somebody want a repeat of the New Zealand yen, right? So here's what we're going to do. I am using one single screen. I'm not in the best place. We cannot do all those things. It's going to take too much. I know. I'm willing to sit here the whole day and do that with you, but it's quite not possible to do it, right? Because a lot of people has to go. We're taking up an hour already. So here's what we're going to do. I'll just look at the DAX because I have it on. So somebody said buy silver, buy silver. We bought silver and made money. I don't know why you didn't make money on buying silver. It's in consolidation now. You're not supposed to buy it now. Let's see what it is. You're waiting for 2 years to buy silver, then you should stop trade. If you're waiting, if you're waiting 2 years to do something and it's not happening and you're not doing anything else, you should stop trading. In 1 year, some of my traders triple their account. And I think you said you're in my group. Did I say that? You joined my course. Silver, join your course, but it didn't. Oh, you're waiting for silver to join my course. Well, keep waiting, because the people who join my course triple and double their account. You keep waiting. That's good for you. I'll be okay. It's just a cold. I'm not worried about it. It's just that it's inconvenient when I have to cough during the webinar, right? I'll get well. You're waiting for 2 years to sell, or what? I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, so you are in my course. Can you give me your name if you're in my course? You're not in my course, because I'm pretty sure about that. I'm absolutely sure you're not in my course. You're just trolling, right? Okay, give me the name of 2 of the traders who triple their account if you're in my course. You should know, because they posted in our group. How about you do that? Let's see. Seems New York has more trolls. No, it's okay. Now, some people, you'll have some people like that. That's normal. I think I know the people who are trolling me, the people who are selling signals, and I keep saying don't buy signals. If you're buying, you should leave. They will come and troll. The people who are trying to copy what I do and do it bad, they will come and troll. You will have people, a few people I kicked out of my room, my trading room. I think about 3 or 4 of them I kicked out for bad habits and bad language. They would probably be trolling. I know that, it's normal. And then you'll find 1 or 2 people who are not happy. So they will. Now, he's not in my group, that's for sure. There are a lot of traders in here who are in my group. They can tell you he's not in my group. So give me your name. Give me your name if you're so confident that you're in my group. Give me your name. That's probably what signal service guy, and probably people left his signal service, and he's probably upset about it. And just a reminder to everybody: if you're buying signal, stop buying. So there'll be more upset people trolling me. Right? Don't worry with him. I was just surprised that he's using his trolling to say he's in my group too, which is weird. So, okay, guys, just remember, thank you for coming. I know it's a Saturday morning. I know how tough is now for the New York people to wake up 8 a.m. and be here. I woke up early, but I know, the weather is not that nice, and people are like, I should sleep an extra hour rather than being that New York webinar. But we'll see how we can do. It's recorded. You will all have a chance to check it. Please help share the link so more people can get access to the thing. It's helping a lot of people, so they can get access to it. If you want to join the course, wait until August. I'll be back in Dubai in August. It will be more easy because I don't even have access to my bank account. A few people paid, and I can't get them into the group as yet because I messed everything up on this laptop when I came, and I have to work with the bank to get access to the account to check it to see the people who paid, right? So I hope that those guys are they're very patient waiting on me to do that. Thank you for your patience. So don't pay now. Wait until August. I will have access to the group, and September course will be nice. There'll be a lot of things in September you'll learn extra. So I'll see all of you. Everybody have a good weekend. If you still have time, you still have a day if you're in New York. And I'll see all of you there. It looks like we have 2 trolls now. I know the second troll is. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend. If you're in Australia, your weekend is probably over. Take care, everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.